I am sitting in the closet of a stranger's house so I can get my next game finished. I'm not really sure how I came to this, but I'll explain in a minute. Maybe first I should talk about why I'm making a video in my pajamas. First, I'm Nathan. I am a dad, a teacher, husband, and I write and publish tabletop role-playing games. Neon City Overdrive is my cyberpunk RPG. It's a narrative-driven or narrative-focused RPG, but I have a bunch of other stuff. Osprey Games publish some of my work, Tomorrow City and Hard City, and I've been doing it for 20 years. I'm not full-time as a writer. I have a day job. Life can get pretty overwhelming sometimes, and all the things you've got to do as a partner and as a parent and as an employee and that sort of stuff, it takes it out of you. And sometimes I don't have enough time to be creative. And that sucks because it kind of drains me. And so I just kind of looking, I'm deep in the middle of doing some writing at the moment, but I'm looking for some other ways to be creative as well. So I spend a lot of time sitting at a computer at work, and I spend a lot of time at a computer writing my games. And so even when I'm being creative at the computer, I'm still looking for some other creative outlet. And so I thought, let's do YouTube again. I've had this channel for a very long time and I put very little out on it. So what I thought was I would perform a little bit of an experiment where I would just put out some of these kind of talking head vlogs, minimal production values, just so I can get some stuff out there. I thought maybe I can share some stuff with you, and making a video might scratch that other creative itch that I'm having. Maybe I should count how many times I've said creative in this video. I'll put it at the end, or you tell me in the comments and I'll say next time I make a video. Is that what people do on YouTube? Tell me in the comments. Anyway, I'm sitting in the closet of a stranger's granny flat. I booked it on Airbnb, and the desk is in front of me in the closet. But surprisingly, it works really, really well. I can close the front door to the granny flat, I can close the bedroom door, I can close the closet door, and I am shut off from the world. I was working for 3 or 4 hours yesterday, and when I finally opened the closet door, stuck my head out, it was pitch black. Night had come, I didn't even realize the time, honestly. So that's why I've come to a stranger's house, because I've got some writing that has to be done. I have a contract with Osprey Games to write a new RPG, and I need to get it finished. It is school holidays here in New South Wales in Australia. So my youngest daughter is at home. It's university holidays, so my oldest 2 kids are at home. My wife works from home. It is a busy and noisy house, and even if I close the door to the study, there are constant distractions. I feel like I am not giving enough attention to my family. I feel like maybe I should go clean the kitchen. I feel like there's a million other things. The call of the lounge, to just go sit my ass on the lounge and watch another YouTube video, is strong when I am at home. And I needed to break that cycle so I could just sit down for several hours every day and write without feeling guilty that I'm not contributing to the housework, or feeling guilty that my kids are at home and I'm not doing anything with them. And I know, look, my kids are still at home. I've just left them, and I've left my wife to deal with it. But she is a beautiful human being and understands what I need to get this done, and was very, very kind in letting me take this opportunity. So thanks, Noel. You know I love you. So why should this matter to you? Maybe I should give this video some value to you and not just be all about me. I think that the lesson, the takeaway, is that sometimes we need to find a circuit breaker for the routines that we have fallen into, so that we can get new routines begun, so that we can get the things that we want to do completed. This has been an excellent opportunity for me. I have probably done 8 to 10 hours of solid writing every day that I've been away. This is my last day. I go home tomorrow morning, and I'm hoping to really punch out a bit more work. And I think, you know, it might be a lesson or a takeaway for other people. You don't need to take yourself miles away, book a hotel room or anything like that. Like, you know, maybe I've gone to a bit of an extreme, but I am in a privileged position where my wife is supportive, my kids are old enough to look after themselves, and I have a little bit of money that I could afford to pay for a cheap Airbnb that is only a half an hour drive from my house. So I understand that I'm quite privileged, but you can find ways to do it yourself. You know, have a bit of a think about what is it that you can do to short circuit your routines that perhaps aren't productive, that aren't helping you get the creative work that you want done completed. You know, maybe it is just moving things around the house. So I did this, this sounds stupid, but I took the video games that I wanted to play. So I have a PlayStation. I took the discs out of the PlayStation. So if I wanted to play the PlayStation, I had to get off my ass and put them in so I could play. And you know what that did? That stopped me from playing, because I had to take a physical action to do that. So rather than sitting on the lounge, you know, getting up in the morning, getting dressed or not dressed as the case may be, plonking my butt on the lounge, watching a bit of YouTube, and then going and flicking the PlayStation on, and it's gone dark. The closet has a sensor light. Turn on. Oh, jeez. How's this video going? Let me know. Is this trash? I know there's heaps I could do better. Like, this is a zero production value, me talking to you straight off the cuff, no script or anything like that. But I'm enjoying it. Let me know if you just want more insights about my creative process, or if you want some specific advice about game design or whatever. I got distracted. I was telling a story about PlayStation. So the act of having to do something different, not just flicking the PlayStation on and playing and then losing an hour, short-circuited that. I had to actually think to myself, oh, I've got to get up, I've got to put that in. Actually, is that the best use of my time? No, now that I'm standing up, I'm going to go in the study, I'm going to do some writing. I started taking notes on my phone. So I used to carry a little notebook around with me everywhere, and a pen, and I'd make notes and that sort of stuff. But sometimes it's just a pain in the ass to write notes on a piece of paper, right? But I've always got my phone with me. So I started making notes in a Google Doc on my phone. in preparation for the project that I'm working on now. And it is now thousands of words long, and I can take all of that material and copy it and paste it into my manuscript and do my editing there. But I've already written the first draft, and so that is much easier. It is much easier to edit a rough draft, I mean a rough draft, than it is starting with a blank page. So, you know, that switch from carrying a notebook and a pen around to just making notes on my phone, massive change to my process and made me a little bit more productive. I'm drawing a blank. I feel like I'm rambling. I'm feeling super self-conscious and awkward about talking directly to the camera like this. I'm going to be brave and I'm just going to upload this to YouTube with minimal whatever. So let me know stuff. Leave a comment. I'm gonna try and make a few of these. So when I get the inspiration to talk about something, I am just gonna grab the phone out and hit record and have a chat. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Maybe I will be out of my pajamas.